So there we see the leaders, Chemini Pujala, level with the longitude of Madagascar, still sailing a nice, fairly direct course, just converging slightly with Neutrogena. Neutrogena making these regular hitches back to the north and running the line along with the exclusion zone there. Gaius a little bit further behind, they're just over 600 miles behind, running into lighter breezes. You can just see them to their south there. And looking there at We Are Water. We Are Water have been consistently quick on the leading edge of a front. Have about 30, 35 knots of breeze today. One Planet, One Ocean going quite well. Nice steady sailing. And Spirit of Hungary now getting down into the southerly latitudes and enjoying better speeds also, having made that repair. So the standings this Thursday, the 29th of January, 9 o'clock this morning. Chemini Pujala extending their lead to 224 miles on the 9 o'clock ranking this morning. Speeds for Chemini Pujala, 16.9 on the speed gun, 15.5 for Neutrogena. That kind of tells a story. Gaius Centris Auditivus almost stopped, really down to 1 knot. On the 30-minute speed gun this morning. That really indicates that they have run into this very light breezes in the high pressure zone. Really not what you'd expect in the Southern Ocean, but that's the situation for them. They're being caught all the time now by Renault Capture. Renault Capture doing 14.3 knots. We Are Water fastest over the last 24 hours, making 406 miles, 16.9 average. One Planet, One Ocean going well. Spirit of Hungary, we spoke with Nandorfa, and making 15.6 knots now over 24 hours. Everything going well on Spirit of Hungary.
Now we are lucky with this, but it's windy. Now we have 33, 34 knots of wind. I don't think between 20 and 30 knots is the normal, so we need to be careful in this moment, and that's it. We feel really good for the moment. For the moment, the south has been light. I think will be worse for sure in the next days and the next weeks. But that's one of the things that I think of the south that is hard because it's really long. So we need to be careful, be patient, and keep going every day and making miles every day will be the exit of the south. We are really enjoying here in the south. It's more or less what we expected, and we are okay, so we feel good.
So becalmed in the South Indian Ocean is really not what you'd expect at this stage in the race. Everyone in the roaring 40s, but that's the situation that Anna Corbea and Gerard Moran find themselves in presently. Very, very light winds, very slow boat speeds. They're jammed in an area of high pressure, a high pressure ridge which extends down from the north, and they're bound by the exclusion zone. Normally in this situation you'd expect them to be able to go down south and pick up some stronger breeze, but unfortunately Gaius are right up at the exclusion zone and going very, very slowly. That means gains to Renault Capture, the fourth placed Imoca 60, have designs on third. They've gained 40 miles since yesterday and will continue to gain through today. Renault Capture presently doing 14.3 knots. That compares with less than 1 knot for Gaius Centris Auditivos. Meantime, at the front of the fleet, well, the Chemini Pujala have reorientated themselves, have come down on an angle slightly more south yesterday. They're now more or less directly in front of Neutrogena, so 224.2 miles ahead they are. Boat speeds are fairly similar now, 16.9 knots. They've dropped a little bit in speed since last night for Chemini Pujala, and Neutrogena making 15.5 knots. So it should be a more even race now. They're in the same stretch of water as it were, in the sense that they're on the same course, but Neutrogena still with slightly less wind pressure, with this high pressure just behind them. Now it'll be interesting to see whether that does catch them up, but Chemini Pujala still very much in control.
We are sailing quite fast, and since 3 days we are sailing very fast. We have 32 knots of wind from south, and we make very nice speed, about 16 to 22. This is interesting because in 2 days we can have sun in spite of this very cold. So everything is okay on board. The boat is okay. We solved the problem on the mast. We prepared the boat south. The boat behaves well. And so as far as I see, all the details are working. We have some small issues to do, but mostly 99% is okay. Since 17 years, or I don't know how much, from 92. It's last time here. Nothing changed. The wind is wind. The waves are waves. The boat has changed, and the company has changed because the last time I was alone. The thing is the same. We have seen maybe the same birds, and I feel myself very well in spite of that. It very quickly became winter. Yes, this is fantastic. These two men in front of us, they are very nice people. They've got a big soul, and the letter was really nice, really human, and I appreciate them. At all in these conditions, they had energy, they had thought to write this letter. We answered, I answered, and Conrad answered also. We were very, very happy, and I guess this one was very, very positive for us, and I was happy to receive this letter.
And We Are Water are very much the stars of the 5th, 6th and 7th place boats just now. We Are Water fastest over the last 24 hours in terms of the averages. Speeds have dropped very slightly on the morning ranking. At 9 o'clock they were doing about 15.1 knots, but their high averages are largely the product of the fact they're running in front of this deep low pressure system, just in front of the front, and that really has been very profitable for them. We Are Water have made about 70 miles on the One Planet, One Ocean, the boat behind them, so they've gained about 70 miles on them, and they've also made about 67 miles on Renault Captur in front. So spirits particularly high, I would say, on We Are Water. We Are Water, you'll have seen, also sent a very nice email to Spirit of Hungary, to Nandor Fa and to Conrad Coleman, just a little bit of solidarity, a very human aspect to this race, and that was very, very much appreciated by Nandor Fa and by Conrad Coleman, and Nandor Fa told us this morning that he has responded. We spoke with Nandor and he was very much at home in the south now. He said he's not been down here for 17 years, since 1992, and the last time he was down he was racing solo. This time, of course, he's in the company of Conrad Coleman on a relatively new boat. He said he's much more confident in the boat now. The one thing he worries about is breaking something, but other than that, he's very happy to be in the south. He's no worries about the weather or storms or ice. And he said that boat's really at 99% now, and one or two small issues to be fixed, but the top of the rig is safe and secure for them just now. So all good for Spirit of Hungary just now.
So here you see the same continent, Antarctica, right? This is the continent, the land. But if I put the average ice shelf on top of it, over here, you can see how much further it goes. And this does not include any icebergs. Here we're back at the Kerguelen Islands, right? And all the icebergs that come off these ice shelves, especially out of this area here, which has got a big glacier, and this area here, which has got a big glacier, throwing up icebergs into the Southern Ocean, and that's why the organization has put in the ice gates to prevent the boats of getting in dangerous situations with too many icebergs.
Situation for the fleet today, we can see with this map of analysis, surface analysis, we can see the high pressure very close to the AEZ, the Antarctic exclusive zone, so the boats are a little bit obliged to stay at the north of this line. It's why a little advantage actually for Chamonix-Pojula in yellow, because he has a little better angle than Neutrogena, and so a little bit faster for the moment and for the next 24 hours. more difficult for gas, very close to the center of the high pressure, so very weak wind, so not easy to go to the east, but better, of course, for Renault in green, because he has a good wind to come back a little bit close to gas. And especially for We Are Water, is just in front of the cold front, so big wind from northwest, 30 to 35 knots, and the sea is really good in front of the front, so better condition to come to the leaders. For Oppo, One Planet, One Ocean, is good situation too, more west, close to the low pressure here, but good speed too, and it could have a wind increasing during the next night. Spirit of Hungary is in a good southwest too, and it will go faster too for the day coming. On the night, the wind will increasing too for Spirit of Hungary, so better condition for him too.
When a sailing boat turns by jibing, its stern passes through the wind, so the wind changes from one side of the boat to the other. The mainsail passes across the boat, and the gennaker, or jib, is also set on the other side of the boat. In the Imoca 60, it takes about 30 minutes to complete a jibe. First thing to do is to restack all the kit, the bags, the equipment, onto the other side of the boat, and the sails go across too. Some of them weigh close to 50 kilos. The keel is also canted onto the other side of the boat, and the dagger boards are changed for the other jibe. Usually both skippers will be involved in the jibe, and in the south, where the conditions are so much heavier, with big seas and big winds, then it's much more physical, with a greater chance of mistakes or damage. So great care and planning is needed.